Hello there. Hello, NHL fans. Yes, I do apologize for the last couple of days. I know I did not give you my prediction video until today, the day before the puck drops of the NHL. Now, I was going to do it this weekend, but I'm like decided, maybe as well I'll do it the day beforehand. So here is my predictions. Now, I do have something special too. I got my big board. I got my big board here, right? Yes, this is last year's champ. So we're gonna just move this over to the side here, right? Because we can for right now. All right. So let me see if I can get this a little bit better here. All right. So here we go. Now, okay, we'll go right here. It should be fine, right? Okay. So this is going into the view here. Anyways, so we are going to start off we'll do the Eastern Conference. We'll do the Eastern Conference first, since it's right here. So let's do the Metropolitan here. So I'm gonna just go like this for right now. I'm gonna move every team out of here in the Metropolitan to say who thinks will make it or at least will be the top 4 and will make it to the playoffs. So what the plan is first is I'm going to go through each division and go through who's going to be predicting to go 1, 2, and so on, right? And then on the other side too. But then after the fact to get everything all situated, I will do the playoffs and then kind of going from there, right? So let's start off with the Metropolitan. I know we're already in here already. So the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with the Pittsburgh Penguins going to be the top seed in the Metropolitan. Not only is that they're battling injuries right now with Crosby and God, I can't remember his name now, but Malkinen. Yes, those two are having some health issues. A lot of the rest of the teams also having health issues too. But good news is that Sidney Crosby is back skating, and they're not sure what his condition is right now, but he is also skating with the team, so he may not be in the opener tomorrow night against the Tampa Bay Lightning. I am going to go. The second team, the Metropolitan, is going to go with the Carolina Hurricanes. After a good season that they had, a nice run, or a little bit, and they did pretty well last year. I think they can continue the success by signing a bunch of good players, like a bunch of good goaltenders after losing Dalkovich, and as they're signing Bernier and some other one. I'll just give some example wise. Okay. Then we're going to go with the Capitals. Capitals will be number 3 here. Number 3 in the Metropolitan. Not only is that Ovechkin is now day to day, but they're also hurting as well. No other like the Penguins, but the the Capitals are definitely hurting with the injury bug striking in the beginning of the season / off season. The third one is definitely have to be the New York Rangers. A lot of people are predicting that they will make it to the playoffs. They just signed Vanaged for a 3-year extension yesterday. So they are very high hopes on this guy, and this team is supposed to be rolling too as well, apparently. And then I'm going to go with the 5th team. Will be the New York Islanders. Both New York Islanders teams will make it, and they're also having high hopes for New York too as well. New York is going to be a high hopeful team, but they just have to wait and everyone not really wants to see, but if they can perform well on the ice, then they could be in that 4th spot along with take over that 4th spot. Then after that, we have the 6th spot in the Metropolitan will be awarded to not only that right, but it's going to be the New Jersey Devils. They did have a pretty good offseason by signing Dougie Hamilton for a big contract. It's very nice that they got a number one defenseman that goes with Hughes and going from there. We're gonna go, and then seventh will definitely be the Columbus Blue Jackets. Since they've lost Seth Jones, one of the key parts in their organization, they're just gonna be struggling this season. Shooting wise, may be good, but I think they're the 7th seed and could not make it to the playoffs. So then obviously leaves out with the Philadelphia Flyers. They have been struggling as in late. They want to say they're in the rebuilding stage, but that's what I'm thinking will happen. They're not going to be the best team this year. Who knows? So that is the Metropolitan Division. Prediction-wise, it could all be changed. My predictions could be different, but who knows? So then we're moving on to the Atlantic Division, right? We're moving on to the Atlantic Division, and I am going to do this and foremost. Number one will definitely be the Tampa Bay Lightning. Okay, not only that they're the back-to-back champions, but they have to rely on Kucherov and Stamkos into their scoring unit as they open up the campaign tomorrow and raising that back-to-back banners in front of their home fans, crowded fans, which is awesome. Second, surprisingly, everyone's saying the Panthers are doing really well this year, and I'm going to say Panthers as well. It's going to be the Florida teams are going to be running the first in the first two, first in the 1 and 2 this year. They added more talent. They have been getting good for years, and this is their time to shine. And it's kind of going, and we're going to be ready. We're going to be excited to see how they're going to do. Yes, and you see my dog in the background, folks. Yes, this is Captain America. He is kind of whining at the moment to take him out. But anyway, I'll take him out later. But yes, Cap made his special appearance. If you guys haven't seen my original ones, he will make appearances somehow. All right. So anyway, we are going to go with Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins is going to be the third team in the Atlantic. Not only is that they've lost David Krejci to go over in Switzerland or in the Swedish league, but then they also the retirement of Pecorine. So this is going to be an interesting start to a somewhat Boston rebuild, and the new era without Tuukka Rask. So they have to Tuukka Rask. Sorry. To hopefully he can come back to the organization and monitor all these young goalies and make them be better. The fourth is going to say the Toronto Maple Leafs in this one. That's just because they have been doing some ups and downs, and they're rebuilding, and also their best player Austin Matthews has been slowly skating on the lead with the team, but he will not be. He probably won't be available to go opening or the first couple of games of the season. Maybe the third game, maybe the fourth game. Who knows? Or the sixth game. Who knows? The big play is. I'm gonna go the next one. The fifth team. I'm gonna go with the Montreal Canadiens, and that's because if Price steps up his game like he did last year in the Stanley Cup playoffs, this team could be a force to reckon with, and it's going to be awesome to see them go into and go and be a wild card team into the playoffs. The sixth team we're going to go with Edmonton Oilers. At the Edmonton Oilers. I'm talking about Ottawa Senators. Duh, what am I doing, Alex? Duh, what the heck? So Ottawa Senators aren't really progressing every year. They've been really points per game have been very super low. They've been tied for the last 3 years with that. So scoring will be a big issue for them, and I think that they will not be able to get the job done. But who knows? So obviously, I'm going to go with the Wings, the 7th position here, because they have a young core. They're young core. They're starting the rebuild on a right note, with letting by Bill Larkin as a captain, Nedeljkovic as their starting goaltender. At least I'm guessing, and kind of going from there. And the last one is going to be the Buffalo Sabres. With this whole Jack Eichel saga going on right now, they're not going to be focused on what the task at hand is, and they're going to be distracted as the day goes on. And they're going to be they're going to be one of the bottom teams in the league this year. So there's no way for them to start moving up the chains. But besides that, those are my Eastern Conference standings prediction. Now let's go over to the West, and then we'll start going with the playoffs. Okay. So obviously, So we're going to go with the the Central Division, right? Obviously, there's 8 teams in here now, as they added the Coyotes of Phoenix, and obviously, I don't have much for room. So okay, so I'm gonna definitely start off with the Chicago Blackhawks. Will be actually no. I take that back. Chicago fans. It's gonna be Colorado Avalanche. Why? Because they have the best scorer in Alex Buchanan in this or on the team. Goaltending's phenomenal. But the question is how they're gonna do it without Philip Grubauer, who departed and got signed to the Seattle Krakens. So now they have Darcy Kempf as their goaltender. So we're going to figure out to see how this team is going to respond. This team is going to be my number 1, and then we're going to go with Chicago as my number 2. That's my number 2. They did pick up Marc-Andre Fleury in the offseason, so that's a big, huge addition to the gold miner, and that's going to boost this team up to where they should be at in the Western Conference. Then we're going to go with the third team is the Dallas Stars. I almost said Cowboys. Dallas has been an uptick. They've been in the playoffs the last couple of years, so they deserve to be the third team in the Central Division, and going from there. Now my fourth is going to be the Jets of Winnipeg. Obviously, they've been trending up and down every year. So I think this year is going to be a good year for them, in my opinion, because they got some good shooters, good scorers, good goaltending, kind of going from there. Then a fifth team is going to be the Nashville Predators. Got Nashville Predators in here, just because they've been on an uptick. They've been doing well, like I said earlier, with Winnipeg. With kind of the same head of Winnipeg, kind of going from there. Rene is a phenomenal goaltender, one of the best goaltenders, second best goaltenders in the league right now, and kind of going from there. The Blues are going to be in that 6th position. They've been trending upwards, downwards, all the above. They just cannot stay pat at what they want to do after they won their first Stanley Cup playoffs the last 3 years ago or so, and they just been on a struggle bus. On the 7th is going to be the Minnesota Wild. They just can't get scoring down right now. Scoring is an issue for them. So if they want to get back in the playoff, if they want to get in the playoff hunt, they got to start getting scoring and kind of going to get that scoring going. And obviously the last team, the 8th team with Phoenix Coyotes, they just haven't been really good lately. So it's inevitable that they're going to fall off the track and kind of going from there and going for sure. So then we get into the weird Pacific Division here. I know I do not have the magnets for both Seattle or Vegas, but I'm just going to say this. is that Vegas will be the number 1 team in the Pacific Division, following the who am I gonna say? This is a pretty interesting. I'm gonna say the Anaheim Ducks, number 2, or no, not kidding. And I'm gonna say that Edmonton Oilers will be the number 2 team, just because they have a full core. The organization knows what they're doing. They have a good general manager in Ken Holland, and they're making waves. They're bringing up one of these days. You're gonna win the Stanley Cup. And then I'm gonna go with the Anaheim Ducks as my number 3 team. Or no, I'm number 3 team. Yeah, number 3 team. Just they had a struggling season last year, and I think this is going to be a good year for them to step up their game and kind of go on from there. The 4th team is the Seattle Krakens. In this case, since we don't know what to expect with this team, because the Seattle Krakens are trying to mirror the success their first year that they did with the Vegas. But that's why I think they're the 4th team, and they're on that edge of the bubble for the playoffs ride. And then we have the San Jose Sharks sitting there at 5, and kind of going from there. Nothing really to explain there. Going from there. So the 6th team I'm going to going with the Calgary Flames. Calgary Flames has been kind of up and down and up, but they just don't have the firepower as the rest of the conference has. Then going down with the LA Kings. LA Kings, they say they're a rebuilding team, kind of rebuilding, but they're not really going up and up and up and up and up. So they're not gonna do well. They're not gonna do well. And then the 7th team is Vancouver. They're in post-era of the retirement of the Sedin brothers, and they're just going to be struggling. Okay, so those are my Eastern and Western standings or prediction standings. I may be right, I may be wrong. It doesn't matter. So we'll go talk about the playoffs here, right? We'll talk about the playoffs with these current standings. It could always change and kind of going from there. So the number 1, I know this whole thing is a lot different or whatever, but what I usually do for this is I usually do whoever has the best record. Obviously, he's the number 1 Eastern Conference number 1, right? So it kind of goes by divisions nowadays, not the whole, not the one plays 8 and 2 plays 7 and vice versa, right? So the number 1 team is I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're going to be the number one team in this in the Eastern Conference. Most President Trophy winners. And then the 2nd team out of the Atlantic Division will be the Panthers, right? The Panthers. So there's no movement there, right? There's no movement there. The first 2 teams are kind of going from there. The question is, who will they be playing? Who will the 4 teams be playing? So, as I was saying, I'm gonna go with what my prediction is gonna be. So it's definitely they're going to be playing. Tampa Bay will be playing Toronto, and then the Panthers will be playing Boston. Okay, if that all else fails, right? So then we had Metropolitan. We got the Penguins at number 1, and then we have the Canes at number 2. Okay, so then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do the Capitals and then the Rangers, right? Like I said, this is just what I'm thinking. I am not gonna do the predictions with predictions through what I have for each division. So obviously it could be a different format. So then obviously number 1 in the Western Conference would be, I'm going to do okay, everyone get it? The Avalanche. And then we got the Chicago Blackhawks. Dallas Stars will be playing the Blackhawks, and the Jets will be going to there. Then we have Vegas Golden Knights taking on and Vegas Knights and the Edmonton Oilers. Going to be taking on the Kraken, and then Oilers will be playing the Ducks. Okay, so Ducks end up making it into the playoffs. Those are what my prediction's going to be for the playoff wise. Could be different, could be wrong, but I will also come back and do a mid-season form, whatever. But all in all, this fails. I know I said I was going to predict the Stanley Cup winner, and out of these playoff teams, right? Out of these somewhat playoff teams, this is not realistic, though, people. This is not realistic here. Not realistic here. Don't worry about it. I'm going to say Tampa Bay is going to all come over odds and become the back three-peat champion in the NHL. And that is my prediction. Okay. It's prediction. It's not a spoiler. It's the Tampa Bay will be winning it again. A lot of people are saying that the Florida Panthers might do it this year, but no, I think I got the back-to-back champs. Tampa Bay will be winning it all in this one. Like I said again, hold on, give me a second here. Let me move the camera up. Okay, so those are my predictions. Those are what I'm thinking about. Sorry, I'm moving this down a little bit. So those are what I'm thinking, but I will. Those are predictions. Not a spoiler. It's a prediction. It's a prediction, not a spoiler. But anyway, folks, I will be back in mid-season to talk about the current standings going into the season halfway through, and then what my prediction will be for the playoff race, and kind of going from there. I know that I'm not being realistic here with my predictions right now with all these teams, going into it. It could all fluctuate and change, but those are my predictions of the final season, the whole season, the whole 82 games. That's what my prediction is going to be, kind of going from there. But I'm always wrong sometimes. But hey, you know what? If you guys want to drop down and say who you guys think will be the top 4 teams in each division, Eastern and Western, and your Stanley Cup final and your Stanley Cup final winner, drop it down in your comments below. I will comment and reply back to you guys as soon as I can. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell just to give you updates on upcoming videos or videos that I post, so you guys can watch them good, quicker, faster. Yeah, and then kind of just give me the thumbs up, thumbs down, what you guys think. I won't be hurt if you guys do the thumbs down, because that's just how it is sometimes, But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the season. I will be back again during the mid-season form. I might actually try to give you a video of the Detroit Red Wings home opener. I will be there this Thursday. So I will maybe do a little video. Who knows? But besides that, guys, have a wonderful evening. And NHL is back, baby. Woo! Who's excited for it?